When it comes to dividing, count on Joe Biden. Yeah, when it's Harry's not sniffing, it's people he's splitting. True, Sleepy Joe has Americans feeling apart, which is what happens when all you do is... Bart, come on! All right, a new poll from Monmouth University shows 49% of all Americans feel we're more divided since Biden took office. 12% says we're more united, and 38% says nothing's really changed. The remaining 1%, too stupid to understand the question. Anyway. Meanwhile, Biden's stalemate, Kamala Harris, is having a rough job lately. Mike Rowe has had an easier time unclogging a latrine at a chili eating contest. We told you earlier she's not getting along with Joe and others in the White House, and The View's Sunny Hostin knows why.
We're especially talking about Kamala Harris's approval rating being 10 points lower than his approval rating. And I think that really speaks to where our country is. You know, let's come down on the woman.
Yeah, let's come down on the woman. No, Sonny, that's why you voted for her, because she's a woman. So the same reason you voted for her is the same reason you claim some people don't like her. Seems like you're both from the same sexist club. And how does that help Kamala? It doesn't. Kamala's in more trouble than cat's liver. We go to cat's liver for comment.
Oh, please stop. I can't take it anymore. I don't have much time left. Please stop.
Cat?
I love that my liver is a man.
Yeah.
My liver's a man.
Well, he has to be after all that tequila you've been drinking, you've been feeding him. Is it all because she's a woman?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, and look, I'm sure she's had some sexist criticism because every woman has at some point. That doesn't automatically mean that all criticism of you is sexist.
Yeah.
You know, I've had other criticism for other things that aren't like just because I suck in different ways that have nothing to do with the fact that I'm a woman.
I love the fact, Kellyanne, that on the View, here are the names of people on The View. You've got Sunny. Oh, that's great. Joy. Whoopi. Doesn't it sound awesome? Like, hey, Sunny, Joy, Whoopi. It's so much fun. It's like a children's birthday party. And then they're all miserable. Sunny's miserable. Joy's miserable. Whoopi's just sitting there like she's sitting in something. I don't know. No one's pointed this out.
That's very funny, by the way. I had a couple great experiences on The View during the 2016 campaign. It's after he won and wasn't supposed to that thing took a dark turn. However, on this one, Kamala Harris has earned every bit, every decimal point of that 28% approval rating. It's not racism and sexism, it's eyesight and hearing.
Yeah.
People are listening to her, watching her in action and inaction, and wondering, what does she actually do there? So they have a couple of answers. She does voting rights, but only here and there. And it's actually Stacey Abrams who's been able to register, lost the governorship of Georgia and became more powerful. So they've been able to register 100,000 people there. They put her in charge of understanding the root causes of border insecurity, of immigration. She went down to the Northern Triangle for a hot second, came back, and doesn't seem to think we have a crisis at our border where people are pouring over. With the Secretary of Homeland Security was lying to Congress today about it. So they watch her in action, and all these stories, I just want to tell you, they're on CNN, they're on ABC News, they're on Politico. This is not right-wing media and right-wing media's polls. Those polling numbers you're quoting are coming from NBC, ABC, Monmouth poll. People are very much against her. I think Joe Biden picked in his vice president one of 3 people in the entire country who cannot upstage him. And by the way, the people complaining that it's misogyny and sexism that she's 10 points below Joe Biden, as if his 38% is so great. They both earned it. Let me just say this. I think her best bet would be to quit. And primary him next time and say, they never let me do anything. They never gave me any responsibility. Let me tell you what's really going on there. They have the all-female press and comm shop, predictably, but they have a White House chief of staff who tweets and retweets all day. He doesn't have enough confidence in the girls who work at the White House.
There you go. What do you think? You always have a theory on this, don't you?
Well, for one, as the story goes on, you can't criticize anyone who's the first.
Right, that's true.
She's not only she's the first sister, she's the first woman VP, and their answer was nobody ever brought up what Pence was doing and not doing because you couldn't leave President Trump alone. Pence literally could have been running around the house setting curtains on fire and no one would say anything. They'd be too busy going, somehow Trump's responsible for that smoke. Even if Pence like, it's me, I'm doing it, ha ha. No one would say anything. And then they give her jobs that are pointless.
Yeah.
The border is pointless?
Yeah.
Exactly.
The only thing that they do well together is walk towards something. They have great entrances
sound off.
and exits, but when they're apart, he falls and she starts doing that.
Starts giggling. Giggling.
So what they need to do is walk out together.
Right.
And just keep going.
Keep going. Mikey, last word to you, my friend. What do you think? What's going on?
Oh, I think, I mean, politically, obviously there's a divide. Listening to all this go around and around, it's the rhetorical divide that's so interesting. You mentioned, it's like nothing means what it used to mean.
Right.
Right? And so when you ask a people to ignore their eyes over and over and over and over, right? The border's okay, but don't look at the 8,000 people coming in. It's not, Afghanistan's cool. Yes, people are dropping from the plane, but, you know, it's just, there's some weird exponential thing that happens when you're asked to look at that over and over and over and over again. I don't know what to say about can you actually quit? Could she do that?
No, there's a secret strategy here that they might try to get her out, appoint somebody who will then replace Biden when Biden stops being president in a year.
But how do you get her out? I mean, can you quit as a vice president?
I think what you do is you say, gee, she ran for president on her own and got exactly 0 delegates. I mean, the Democrats all rejected her and we got stuck with her. But vice president as victim is a terrible, terrible look.
She can't quit. She ain't started yet. What are you talking about?
We got to go. We got to talk about another Democrat.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.